So you look beautiful, and if you don't mind me asking, okay, wait a minute, us cool chicks don't mind at all about age or that because we're happy to have another year, but you look beautiful and young. How old are you?
Thank you. I'm 42.
Well, you don't look it, so it must be a lifetime of taking care of yourself. Have you been into kind of health and wellness stuff for a while in your life?
I try. I mean, I thought I was really healthy when I got sick. I mean, I ran like 2 miles a day, ate my spinach, and yeah, so I try.
I know, that's how I felt too. When I was diagnosed with cancer, I had been running like 40 miles a week, working out with weights, eating good food, and I just never expected that there was something going on with me that I didn't understand.
I don't know. It floored me. I didn't expect it. I thought I was taking good care of myself, you know, and I was in shape and, you know, and didn't get sick, didn't get the flu, didn't get a cold for like 2 years. So, yeah, other than that cancer thing, I was pretty healthy.
I know, I tell people all the time, if it's not life-threatening, I don't get it. Because I don't get colds and flus and stuff. Isn't that weird?
I was like, yeah.
You know, I just don't get it. So, okay. So, since we don't get it, how old were you when you were diagnosed with cancer?
I was 36.
So you were young as well.
Yeah.
I mean, besides still being young.
I try. I'm working it as best as I can. Yeah, I was 36, and I found a lot myself. It was just crazy. It was, you know, Saturday morning, taking a shower and rub-a-dub-dub, and oh my God, what is this? And yeah, so went to the doctor. You know, before I went to the doctor, because I don't like going to the doctor. I'm the type, like, I'm so not a hypochondriac. It's like, let's get that clear.
Right.
And I you know, showed my husband. I said, oh my God, honey, you know, and he of course panicked and like, wow, what is this? What if that's cancer? And I'm like, well, you know, screw that, you know, like I was like, well, Twinkies, I'm gonna be fine, and I don't care, I'll get chemo, radiation, take them off, I don't care, I don't need them, I'm gonna be fine, you know. And I seriously meant it. That was my attitude. And so I went ahead and went to the doctor because I had always gotten the lumpy fibrosis stuff when you have premenstrual syndrome. And, you know, they're sore, they're not fun, and everything swells. But something told me this was a little bit different because it was the wrong time of the month. It was, you know, this cycle had just ended, and everything else had gone back to normal and wasn't as sore and lumpy and painful. But this one, and it was up high, so I wasn't like real sure.
It wasn't even like barely breast. Yeah. I felt
no,
like,
right? I thought,
like,
you know, because I did.
My breasts aren't that high.
And I worked out. You know, I was active, and I thought, well, I pulled something in my pec region or whatever. I don't know. But I went ahead and went to the doctor, and I was like kind of embarrassed too because I didn't want him to think I was a hypochondriac or anything. Because I would normally be, I'll wait 3 months, you know, the annual exam. If it's still there, I'll tell him. So no, something told me, just let's go find out. It's something's not right. So I went, and it was tender to the touch. So of course, you know, you've heard, if it hurts, it's good, it's okay. And of course, the doctor said that's not, typically characteristic of cancer. But you know, let's do an exam. And yeah, about jumped off the table. It was tender, and he was like, yeah, that's a good sign. Blah blah blah. Then went into my armpit, and he found another one. Well, that hurt too, and I was like, you know, I thought it was a ingrown hair, you know, from shaving and stuff. So, you know. Anyway, went to get a mammogram, waited a while, like a week, nothing, didn't get anything back. They said, "Oh, you need to get an ultrasound too." What? Why? Oh, we need to be sure of what?
Yeah. Sure, which way are we
Yes,
talking here?
hello, tell me more info.
I think that was the hard part. Did you feel like it was difficult to get info?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're like trained not to give you too much information.
Because they don't want you to go on the internet and get crazy.
Well, the doctors are the ones that are supposed to
Right,
give
that
you
is
the,
true.
and so
Yeah,
all the
texts are not-
techs and the
mm-mm.
nurses.
That's not their job.
Right. So lots of trouble and lines can be crossed and everything. Speaking of, as it turns out, so I went back. I got an ultrasound. I was at an imaging center. That's where they sent me to get the mammogram and the imaging center. But it was there at the imaging center, and I don't remember the name. I don't remember the doctor because this day was a complete blur to me. The tech had said, the doctor on staff wants to see you in his office, and she came in with this completely different look on her face. Her demeanor was like, and I was like, uh-oh, and like I said, I don't remember a whole lot, but he told me, in his professional opinion, I needed to go see a doctor and get a biopsy because he believed that it was a malignancy, but he risked he risked his license, he risked his career, I feel, to get me to
to kind of prompt
step
you to
on
move.
it. This is big news. You need to take care of this. So I have goosebumps when I remember that.
I can see them.
Yeah, because I think he was instrumental in helping save my life, just like my general practitioner. He did too, because he did not think it was cancer. The nurses, they did not think it was. And I had a friend of mine who, ironically, at the same time we were both going through it. Well, her doctor did not do that, and he did not. He basically told her, "Oh well, let's wait like 3 months and see if there's any change, And that I have issues with that because her name is Misty, and I miss her so much because she didn't make it.
Right.
So,
do you have any survivor guilt, anything like that they talk about where you made it and she didn't, or do you more of a piece of,
Well, I do now, thanks. No, I'm kidding. No. And she'd be laughing right now at that joke. But,
that was just popped in my head because you do hear about that.
People
But a lot of times people go through things together, through the chemo or through stuff, and then
I don't know if I have survivor guilt. I just know I miss her. I know that we lived really far apart from each other. We didn't get to see each other, and we talked on the phone and we texted as much as we possibly could. I don't know if it's guilt. I'm sad.
Yeah, just like you miss her. Would have been nice.
I'm sad. She was this amazing, beautiful person. Just one of the most beautiful. I get choked up talking about her. I miss her a lot, and so I don't know that it's guilt. It's just that I'm sad, and if I let myself go there, I'll get mad because, like I said, the doctor and I don't know. Maybe that wouldn't have made a difference. Maybe it just wouldn't have. But she was my friend.
We're always looking for answers, I think, right?
She was my friend, so I want her here. So
during that process, then you found out that you had cancer, and
I
then
did.
as you were finding more and more information, you ended up finding out that it was not early stage breast cancer.
No, that's right. It was pretty aggressive. It was stage 3 with lymph node involvement, and they were stunned because I was only 9 months before that I had my annual exam and everything was golden. Even though there wasn't a mammogram involved, there were no palpable lumps. Nothing. So in only 9 months, for there to be that size, that stage, it was like record breaking from what they told me. And so yeah, my plan, it was chemo, radiation, double mastectomy, or oral medicine, just you name it. As it turns out, I actually started chemotherapy on my 37th birthday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to me. But you know, it is a good. It was.
Yeah.
It wasn't the way I expected, but it was a good birthday because it's kind of a double birthday. Because if I didn't do that on my birthday, I might not have any more birthdays.
Actually, I didn't even know, back when I had mine, because it was really young, they had all these methodologies to help you to try to keep your hair. Did they put this big, giant ice pack
No.
frozen thing on your hair, on your head in the first couple of treatments or
No.
anything like that? Okay.
No,
Because it didn't
heard-
work for me.
No, I heard about that though. I did.
It was like, that doesn't work for me at all.
No.
It didn't happen, and I just didn't really like it. And it was very, very cold, too.
I don't like cold. No, I heard about that stuff, but no, and I was kind of, I was like, crap, I just got my hair done.
Oh, had you just gotten your hair
I
done?
did.
Oh.
Well, but it was my thing too because I knew that there was a potential problem. I knew that it could potentially be something, but I had already had my. It's hard to get in there, and I,
And it's not cheap either.
It's not cheap, and it was a friend of mine did my hair at the time at her salon, and that particular night there was a big party. I said, well, no, I'm still gonna go. My husband looked at me, well, what do you mean you're gonna go get your hair done? What if I go, well, I'm still gonna go and see my friends and have fun and get my hair done. I mean, if I only have it for another, couple weeks to a month, I'm gonna enjoy it while I still got it, and have fun. And so I did. I went, and but sure enough, then they tell me with the type of chemo that I was gonna be. It's called adriamycin. She's like, yeah, it's gonna fall out.
The red stuff.
Yeah, it was yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, it did. It fell out, and because we split my chemo up twice, because we did chemo,
And then surgery.
surgery
and then
for the
chemo
second,
again.
and then back
so your
on
hair started to
chemo.
grow back in.
2 times.
Oh.
Yeah, I lost it twice. Because it was really long when I first started. It was long, and then I
know, and we
lost
laughed out because mine was too. And we were
Yeah,
like, well,
it's
it's long now. And we're like, it was longer then,
Yeah,
you know?
it was. Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
a little bit. It was about down to
Probably
my
like-
waist.
Mhm.
It was
Okay.
longer, but which is why I'm like, I don't want to cut it because I have it.
I couldn't cut mine. It's so fun. I really honor those women who can like cut it real short or shave their hair. I mean, I am not a short-haired, look good chick.
I don't
You know,
think
when
I
I was
done-
bald, like Roddenberry wasn't trying to get me on to Star Trek or anything. I am not an attractive.
I didn't
Bald
like the way
chick,
I
you know?
really didn't like the way I looked bald. And the thing was really hard is that I visualized every step of the way, which really, really helped me, I think, with a lot of visualize the hair loss, visualize the guys here, girls, excuse me, girls. But the eyebrows and the eyelashes, they fall out. You're no more hair nowhere, anywhere. It's all
Which
gone.
is kind of cool.
No shaving.
No shaving. I
Nice and
know. Unfortunately, I went for the head
But
too.
yeah,
it wasn't
when
so
you
good.
get the no eyebrows, the no eyelashes.
It's like no face. It's so nondescript. It's like it was one thing to lose your hair. Like
Yeah.
that was bad enough. And for some people, it's great. Some people not. Whatever. But the face, it was different to see your face different.
I tell people I look like an egg. Take an egg out of the refrigerator, put a couple dots, and that was me. That's what I looked like. So I did.
You're not white enough to be an egg.
Brown eggs or
Brown eggs.
green eggs. I don't know.
On chemo, the green eggs
Olive
might be
egg.
olive.
Olive egg. But
Right.
no. Now what I didn't enjoy that really at all.
No.
But I worked the eyelashes and big earrings and hats and scarves as best as I could. And I kept my hair long. I didn't go and whack it before, like a lot of people. They would, and whatever works for you.
No, that's the thing
I said,
about
I'm
it.
gonna
It
keep
is whatever works
yeah,
for you.
I'm gonna keep it until it starts to fall out, and then it fell out. It just started coming out and coming out and coming out, and finally I just said, "Honey, shave my head, please, shave it. Just get rid of it, because now it feels like refuse. It's
And did
like
yours
garbage.
itch and it itched and tingled and kind of
hurt.
hurt? I
hurt.
know. I
It
didn't.
did.
I didn't like it.
It was very painful. It was like
Yeah.
the roots. I was like, oh, don't touch my head, because he would be like kind of funny, like, because they said 10 to 15 days is when it. Well, my husband would be like, every couple of days he'd walk by, yank, ow, he's like, it's still there, and he'd like, that was pretty, flabby. Anyway, and I'm like, ow, stop, and after it started to get tender, he didn't do that anymore. because I said it is going to fall out because it's hurting. I know it is, but oh yeah, it hurt. It hurt. God, it was so sore. No one told me that it was going to get so sore, like someone was holding you by your head for a week. That's how. And then but I had him we cut it, and then I had him shave it, and now that was liberating, I guess is a good word. Relief. I felt, because it was just gross. It was just everywhere. And like you can't stop. You just can't stop, and you leave trails everywhere you go. And so that actually
and it was
felt
like taking
good.
off a Band-Aid slowly. So when you know it's coming out, there is still something about that. Like when, like you said, it's everywhere and it's constant. It feels dirty. It's on your pillows, it's on your clothes, and it's bad enough when your animals shed, but now you're shedding.
Now you're shredding. Yeah, you did, and you didn't feel like hair anymore. It felt like garbage. And so when he shaved it, it did feel good. I was like, and I was like rubbing my head, and I was okay with that. I really was. I mean, I didn't think I looked great, but it did feel better, and it was one less thing to worry about, because now I got a whole bunch of other crap to worry about.
Yeah, like life.
But the eyelashes and the eyebrows falling out, that was a little bit. So now I had to draw everything on. But it grows back. They say it grows back. It grew back, and and it grew back curly. Did yours grow back curly?
Only briefly.
Yeah, it went away.
It went away. And then I ended up perming like the ends for a while, because again I have super straight hair, so I was like, oh, curly hair, oh yay! But no,
I missed the curls. I do. I mean, I got wave and everything.
You still wave.
Yeah, I kind of waved it a little bit more today, but I have wave. I had natural wave, but no, this was curly when it grew back. It was like, afro. I mean, I would tell people, I would take pictures on the phone and send it to people, and nobody could believe it. And wave. People won't. A lot of people won't remember this, but Welcome Back, Kotter, or John Oates. Put a mustache on me.
No,
the afro and Welcome Back. It was Welcome Back, Kotter, or John Oates, or That's what I looked like. That's what I looked like.
Oh,
afro.
funny.
Yeah, that was me.
So actually, with all that you went through, what was it that you did during that period to cope? Because we laugh about our hair, and we laugh about having to shave things and do things, but obviously chemotherapy, you don't feel well, and you're tired, and you're still dealing with the fears of what does lymph node involvement mean, and we know statistically that's not as positive.
Right.
So what was it that you did to take care of yourself and to cope with that situation?
Luckily, I have this sense of humor, so I think that gets me through a lot of stuff. I can be pretty crass. I do. I like that about me. I have a good sense of humor, I think. Laughter. I had lots of support with my family and friends, and I pretty much did what I didn't change. Things changed, my job changed, that's a whole nother show, something else entirely. Lots and lots of things changed. But me, I didn't change. My personality, I still did what I did. I would go out with my friends when I felt okay. If I wasn't sick, if I wasn't in the toilet, if I wasn't getting shots, and I wasn't, because you're weak, you can't, I had infections, and, I pretty much, for me, I would get my chemo, and I'd turn off the phone for a week. But by day 8, I was back at work. Another job I did. I kept busy. I went on vacation. But things did change a lot. I did have to change jobs. I did have to, but what it was is afterwards, after I got better, is where I had more. With the coping and stuff, I think it was like I didn't have time to.
Right. You're kind of going from treatment.
Yeah, when I first got sick, you don't have time to worry. You're like, okay, let's go, bring it on. Next, okay, what, doctor? Next. I didn't have time to worry. I just had to get better. I had to stay on track. It wasn't until afterwards, when I was technically better, a couple years later, and hair's growing back, and reconstructive surgery and certain things, and okay, well, here I am. Now what do I do? Because I can't go back to doing what I was doing, and other job situations that have changed as well. What do I do? It was a lot of like I said, on my 37th birthday, started the chemo. Well, guess what? Put me in menopause.
Oh. I was going to ask you about that because I know we discussed that you don't have any children,
No.
have pets, but no kids.
My pets, my dogs are my kids. Yeah, yeah. Which was that we were trying to get, start a family. I was trying to get pregnant.
So
when
did
I
you
got-
always kind of see yourself before this experience happened as someone who would have children?
Always.
Okay. And your husband too?
Yeah. Well, I had, we had made plans to wait until later to have kids. Lots of people were having kids between 35, 40.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought, sign us up for that, But so we were trying for a while and it just didn't happen, and then I got sick instead. So that definitely wasn't in my plan. So yeah, it's hard, and I've been in menopause, and you get all kinds. Chemo changes everything, the way your brain functions, the way it just changed. It can't everything. It just changed, and anxiety and depression and work. I can't even tell you how many things changed in my life, really, how I deal with things or how I cope with things. And I don't know. Talking, friends, support, family, trying to keep busy, trying to find something, my life's purpose. It's not easy. It's so not easy. But I've always been a bit of a creative person, and I don't know. I remember once writing stuff down, and getting it out, and it's very therapeutic. And I did. I used to write. I wrote when I was younger, and I thought, well, all right, I can't get it out. I start writing, and that helped, and kind of some things kind of turned into poems and something, and it did help. It was very, very therapeutic. That did help. Vitamins. Trying to get the whole B vitamins and stress and anxiety, and I'm a work in progress for sure. Yeah. So, and along the way, my creativity kind of took me to my new profession.
Like an endeavor. So, though you've had a lot of changes in your life, and kind of recreating, not really total recreating self, but recreating an environment, it's caused you to push yourself into a new arena maybe for yourself?
Yeah.
Of expression? Or
It definitely has.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I have a small little portrait business.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called Catch Life Photography. Catch Life. It's
where'd that come from?
Well,
And besides, I love that, like catching life.
Thank you.
You want to catch it and hang on and not let it go.
It's got several meanings. It's got several meanings. It actually appeared like I was waking up one morning, and because I was thinking, and I saw it, Catch Life. It appeared. It's got a couple meanings to it besides taking the picture and catching someone's. In the photography world, there is a term called catch light, which is like the highlight, the sparkle in eyes, dogs, people, kids, the sparkle in your eyes or whatever, and that's called catch light. And I don't know, just kind of did a little play on words, catch life, and because I got a second chance at life, catching life, and that's what I like to do, and capture people, their essence, who they are. I love the candid shots. I love helping people, and that's just a vessel for me to do a few things. Help people, be creative. I'm a people person. And it's, I've met a lot of people, and I don't know, met you. I don't know. I definitely have some blessings in my life, and I miss that I don't have kids and the whole thing with my family. And I ended up just recently had a hysterectomy. So who knows? Maybe adoption in the future. I don't know, but just try to one day at a time. And I'm grateful for what I do have, and my friends and my family, and my mom. Speaking of family, my mom, she after I got diagnosed and I started my reconstruction, these are man-made. My mom got diagnosed with breast cancer. And
Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, geez. What was that like for your family?
crazy. It was just here. I was just, I went through this whole thing, and I just started and started getting rebuilt, and then she got diagnosed, and it was same type of cancer.
Was it as aggressive and as...
Yes.
Okay.
Now yeah, and it was estrogen positive. The thing is, both on my mom's side of the family, we are Jewish, Russian, Romanian Jews, and found out that that's genetic. Ashkenazi Jews, it's very prominent in your. Anyway, so, but she's doing good.
Oh, great.
She's doing good. Yeah.
And it probably helped you to feel better that you could help her. Was it, and maybe just because she'd kind of walked through it with you, she had some hope herself, right? Maybe.
Honestly, me going through it first was the best thing I could have done for her, because I didn't know anything about cancer. I was completely ignorant about cancer before it happened to me, we live kind of far apart, so me going through it, I think her seeing me go through it helped her go think that she could do it. Maybe. I'm hoping. She said that. She said that was, and she does like to hear me say, "Mom, that was the best thing I could do for you." I just thank God that I got it before you did. She doesn't like to hear that, but I mean that. I'm glad I went through it first. I don't, it wasn't fun. I wish nobody had it. It's awful, but we're both doing good.
We are very glad that your mom is well and you are well.
Yes.
And I caught something in what you mentioned before I thought was interesting. You made the comment that with your photography, it really makes you good to help, makes you feel good to help people. But what is it about taking pictures of people that makes you feel like you're helping someone?
What I found out, because I like to help people. I don't know what it is. I'm way better at helping other people than helping myself. Like, way better. But what I get, like when I take pictures of, because I do mostly portraits, I do some scenic and landscape and everything like that. But there's something about when you capture that thing, that their life, their zest, their essence,
That
the
catchlight?
Their essence, and especially with women, because a lot of women, they are like, "Oh no, I don't want my, I don't take good pictures. I don't like my picture taken. You can take pictures of my kids or whatever. Sure, fine, but just let me take your picture, please. Just let me take your picture. Let me help you see you the way I see you, and let me help you love yourself, like yourself." I just, so that has been, I don't know, I guess maybe I have this kinship, this thing to help women. People, yes, but because women are so hard on themselves, I have really gotten some enjoyment with when I show somebody their pictures and they get real teary-eyed and they're just like, "Oh my God." They like, "Oh, I never like my pictures," and that's it. That does it for me. I'm so happy when I can make you cry. I'm so happy when I can make you cry. Yeah.
Such a nice girl.
I know. Because
Jeez,
they're
she's
happy
really taking
tears.
that cancer thing out on people,
Because they're happy tears.
Right.
It's that's what I mean. I know. I should have that. I'm not happy till I make you cry.
That would be cute. We have to probably put a little tagline under that tagline.
Yeah, because when I've just so many, when it's huge. It's amazing that, or even if not even them, their kids or whatever, and they're like, "Oh my God, how did you catch? That's little, so and so. That's them. It's not sit, pose, tilt. It's not that. You get the pose stage looks. I think a lot of people have an idea. But it's those moments in between, the interaction, the interpersonal connection between, or, I'm looking in the camera and they're not even paying attention and I'm taking the shots and, oh man, I just get those shots that show who they are, their true beauty, and then I show them, they're like, "Oh, I didn't even know you were taking the picture." I go, "Yeah, baby." So I love that. So that's helping them. I don't care if it's just for a day. You know, it's been nice. It's been really nice to be a part of someone's day in life, helping them like that. I'm a sap.
So seriously, I have had a chance to look at your pictures, and I can see why it would be considered being helping people, because they're beautiful, and you seem to have a real talent that you found somewhere inside of you after what you've been through, to be able to catch this life essence in people, and it's beautiful, and it really truly is a gift. And I mean, I got to see it firsthand when I got to be her light model just before the woman came to do the shoot.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there. I mean, I had hardly any makeup on. I wasn't wearing any studio clothing. I was there lugging equipment so I could do videotaping. And you snap like 2 shots. I'm like, God, I look cute, you know?
You did. She did. I said, I was sitting there trying to, you know, frame the shot and decide on the location in the background. And yeah, she was my, what do you call it, a stand-in? Is that what, a stand-in? You know, and they came out good.
It was cute.
Well, you're beautiful anyway, so there.
Thank you. So that,
It didn't have anything to do with me. She's being really kind.
Don't believe her. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't look that way. Don't believe her. Anyways, thank you so much for being on the show, for sharing your light in your life, for allowing this experience to transform you, for not letting the fears and challenges get you down. I mean, really, no matter what happens every day of your life, you just keep getting up and going again. And that is courageous and amazing.
Thank you. It is hard. It is a struggle every day, but I want to thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate that very much. I love you, Josie, so much.
And thank you again for being brave enough to share your story. It is hard to share deep felt things with people that you don't even know.
Yeah. Thank you very much.